Okay, we are live again. I will go in about, I will start in about 5 minutes. As I need to finish setting up my presentation. Okay. Lot to discuss and little time tonight to do stuff. That's good. Alright. Okay, so there's one thing I want to do here. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Something's messed up here. Okay. Why is it doing that? That's a little bugged if you ask me. That needs a reload because I do not like that. Good evening. How was your day? That's not what I want to do. Okay, posted. Then I want to do this. I want to switch to myself. I go home. Pages. This. I would like to do that. Share now. Good. Share to my profile. Okay, go to Messenger. Go to Jacob. There we go. Oops. That's why it's not working. Silly me. My day was fine. I hanged out with Uncle Norman, which was nice. That's why it wasn't working. Oh boy. that was funny. Funny but stupid at the same time. Yeah, that was not smart. That's why it wasn't appearing right. Yeah. Okay. That's much better. I will be start talking soon. I just had a little bit of a funny oops. There we go. Much better. That's much better. Yes, me and Norman went for a walk, and then we played a round of golf, which both of us played pretty poorly. Poorly, yes. I wasn't very impressed with my round. Okay, enough fidgeting around now. Let's talk about that storm that we're going to be having Thursday into Friday. That's a good place to start. Alright, first thing I want to talk about right now. That's because Norma was walking before. We were on a time constraint. We didn't need to be slowed down because dinner was almost ready before Norman left. We had a lot of time constraints there. A round of golf takes an hour and a half, and we took a half an hour walk. That's already 2 hours there. It actually wasn't very nice outside to go for a walk. The wind made my cheeks kind of cold. Well, clear skies for the majority of tonight. Some sunshine in the morning, and then there it is. It's all cloudy for the rest of the day, as you can see there. So some sun in the morning, then just quickly becoming cloudy. I first want to talk about the temperature profiles for the storm system here. In the afternoon, it's going to be probably about 35, 36 degrees. See, this is going to be the big problem. This is going to be the big problem in this storm. Oh, yes, that's because, yes. That's because I was getting myself all there we go. You should be able to see it now. Yes, I was showing my Word document, and then after I featured around with my links and stuff. So, as you can see, this storm is going to be a very, very tricky storm to forecast. This model, if you can see it very clearly here, the highest elevations are going to be below freezing, as you can see right here. It's very small areas where it's going to be 32 and below. It's going to be really, really, really tricky to pinpoint if this is going to be freezing rain or is this going to be a sleet mess. this is not going to be a good storm here. We're going to either get a maybe 1 to 3 inches of sleet during the night, or it's going to be freezing rain and it's going to be a disaster here. As you can see, temperatures are hovering around 32 pretty much everywhere throughout the duration of the storm during the night, as you can see there. Now I'm going to stop right here at 7 o'clock in the morning because I want to show something else here. See? This is about a mile above 850 air temperature, and the temperatures are trending to be just, wow, okay. This is going to be tricky forecasting. I've been trying to talk to people at work and all day today. The temperatures are going to be borderline between freezing and not freezing, as you can see right here. This model right here is saying that most of Massachusetts is going to be below freezing or just at freezing. So this is going to mean that it's going to be wet snow or sleet that's going to fall all night. The precipitation is going to start around 7 o'clock, I believe. I'm going to show that in a minute. But it looks like for the whole entire duration of the storm, it's near 32 degrees at the surface and about a mile above in the atmosphere. And then by the morning time, it's plenty cold for snow. So let's go back in time. Yeah, this is going to be an ugly storm. And thinking that if the precipitation is going to be really heavy in some of these storms, little cells and stuff here, that heavy rain or precipitation could be heavy enough to force the cold air from the upper level downward and make wet snow. So this is a very, 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 very tough forecast here. It could go either way. It could be freezing rain, it could be sleet, it could be heavy wet snow that's going to accumulate everywhere and make the tree limbs have a lot of pressure. This storm, I even can't tell what's going to happen. It's just way too variable right now. This is only one model, which I'm going to look at a couple more, but according to this one, I would expect sleet and heavy wet snow for the whole entire duration of the storm here. No kidding. This is going to be a very, very messy storm either way. Then by the time the morning comes, you're going to have some heavy bashes of snow during the afternoon. I think the afternoon is going to be down to like around 26. Oh, you see how the cold air is starting to come down? So this is going to be definitely heavy wet snow. And then by the time the evening comes, I think all the precipitation gets shut off. Oh, it's actually still going. It doesn't fade out until after midnight, this model says. So when this is all said and done here, what is going to be the snowfall amount? I think this is worst case scenario. Let's zoom this in for people that are watching on a cell phone or something like this. If it stays at 32 and it snows and sleets at the whole entire duration of the storm here, we could get 6 to 8 inches of just muck on the ground here. Though I'm gonna say it right now, I don't think it's going to be this high amounts here. I think it's going to be more like 2 to 4 inches of snow for the lower elevations, the high elevations 4 to 6 inches, but I think this is overdoing it. But with this storm, for what I can see, I wouldn't be surprised if we get nailed by 6 inches of, sleet and snow combined. This is, even myself, I can't really tell what's going to happen on this storm. It's just way too variable right now. Pretty much, I have to wait and see, like tomorrow afternoon and evening, how the temperature profiles at the lower levels is before I really can make a decision on this, because it's possible that we can get 5 or 6 inches of slush and snow as temperatures are going to be borderline between 32. Let's take a look at another parameter here. this parameter backs the snow off a lot, and it's saying only about 2-3 inches here. This is what I would think that the snowfall amounts would be, but this is incorrect because I think the higher elevation is going to get between 5 and 6 inches, so this is saying 2 less. The other one's saying 2 more, this is saying 2 less, in my opinion. And then this one pretty much says the same thing, only a light coating here. But this is only one model here. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at this model. Alright, let's see the thermal profiles in this model. It is Thursday. It warms up into the 40s here. That's a little bit warmer than the other model that I was looking at. Yeah, this model right here is trending to be much warmer than the other. Look at that. Temperatures are like above freezing almost everywhere here. See what I mean about how I'm not certain what it will be? Because this model is saying it's going to be too warm for any snow. Wow. Look how different the models has their opinion here. This one says everything's pure rain. Almost everywhere. The snow is basically going to fall in Vermont and New Hampshire. That's a totally different scenario here. Ouch. Even, it could have some snow squalls in the back end in the afternoon, as you can see. But this model is saying something completely different here. Snowfall totals are almost only 1 to 3 inches, but the higher elevations are going to get smacked. I think the Berkshires in northern Worcester County is the biggest chances for a heavy accumulation of snow. But elsewhere, I think it's only going to be a light 1 to 3. But anyway, if you get freezing rain, sleet, or snow, it's still going to be a crappy night and into the morning. And even into the afternoon, it's not going to be great either. So overall, depending on what's going to happen on Thursday night into Friday, it's going to be a pretty crappy day anyways, depending on how much snow or sleet we have. That's just the bottom line. If you don't have to be out Friday morning, don't be out. Okay, let's look at another model, because this model completely counteracts the other model that I was looking at here. What other model am I going to look at? Let's see. This model only goes out 40. Let's look at the Canadian model. There we go. Now, the Canadian model has the high elevations below freezing, which I think this is going to be an accurate representation. I think the highest elevations will be the ones that are going to be below freezing and will have the most snow accumulation. I'm still thinking that it's supposed to be 30 through 34, anywhere away from the Berkshires in northern Worcester County. I think this may be an accurate representation of what I'm thinking. Then by the time Friday morning into the afternoon, I think the cold air comes from the back end of the storm as temperatures wobble throughout the afternoon. I think, yeah, see, this is kind of accurate right here, but it needs to be fine-tuned. I think the high elevation is going to get smacked in the Berkshires. The northern Berkshires and the northern Worcester County could get maybe 6 or so inches. I think this is a little too much. And then anywhere like south of the Mass Pike, maybe 2 to 4 inches out of this. But it's just so much variability here. See, the GFS is almost like it's pretty much what I would take the picture of. The high elevations are going to get impacted the most, but anywhere south over here, it's only going to be a light accumulation. I think the GFS is doing it pretty good right here. See, the warm air aloft, and then it gets cold during the morning here. I think there's just going to be just enough warm air coming from the southwest aloft here that it's going to be freezing rain during the night. But then by the time Friday morning comes, it's going to be all snow. Whew, should I recap what I'm saying right here? I know this has been confusing, and a lot of the models are still disagreeing what will happen. You know what I want to do right now? Since I'm so confused, let's go to the experts. Oh, how do you spell that? Yes. Alright, let's see. Thursday. Let's read this right here. This is what the National Weather Service is saying. Since I'm so confused, let's read what the experts are saying. Dry morning across south of New England with increasing cloud. Then upper low approaching from the Great Lakes will induce a decent mid-level jet, which will result in deepening moisture and the increasing forcing for insect, developing from southwest to northeast across the south of New England during the afternoon. Okay. Lack of deep, cold air will support mainly rain for much of the region, starting in Connecticut Valley around midday, reaching eastern Mass by mid to late afternoon. However, marginally cold air in western Mass may lead to the wintry mix of rain, snow, and ice. This will impact the late day commute of western Mass along with the Route 2 corridor. Up to 2 inches of snow is possible in the Berkshires by even with less than an inch elsewhere in the interior. Temperatures above normal with highs across the upper 30s to low 40s falling to the low 30s, low to mid 30s across central and western late into the afternoon. This is the bit. See, yes, a tricky forecast. Yes, let's read this in detail. A tricky forecast with a decent slug of precipitation will move into the region Thursday evening, associated with favorable upper jet dynamics and increasing in precipitable water. What is this? Precipitable water. Yes, I thought so. Thermal profile will be marginal across northern Mass with a deep cold air in north and mid boundary layer to the south. Okay. The south extent of deeper cold air appears to lie across northern Mass where the best chance for accumulation snow. Yes, the Berkshires and northern Worcester County will definitely get the most snow out of this. That is what's certain here. The uncertainty is where the snow, ice, and rain line was set up, and just a slight shift to the south from north will result in significant changes to snow accumulation. Yes, because the models can't agree on how the code is going to set up here. The best chance for all snow, across Vermont and New Hampshire, but can't rule out a colder solution southward shift. Something we'll have to monitor with subsequent forecast. Yes, even the National Weather Service is confused, so me being confused right now is pretty much what they are confused. I'm confused, they are confused, yes. So while the primary low remains intact as it moves through the Great Lakes, increasing height fall results. Alright, what's important here? How the same dry spell expected movement was open at 80 it appears it could be a brief 1 inch hour snowfall rate before this. Okay. I don't hear anything. Okay, so they say expect 2 to 5 inches of snow through daybreak Friday in northern Mass, along the north of Route 2, with amounts decreasing to around an inch near the Mass Pike. Okay. So they're not even sure. So Friday will range between 4 to 7 increases far north Mass. I don't even hear anything. They just got back from Walmart. So if my mic can pick that up from down here, that's absolutely remarkable. So here's the National Weather Service being very confused with the storm, and I'm very confused with the storm too. So, from what I can see out of here, 4 to 8 inches or something in the Berkshires in northern Worcester County was like more like 2 to 4 inches of snow elsewhere, like in southern Worcester County, Springfield area, and it drops off really badly in southeast Mass, where they're barely going to get anything out of here. So enough with this storm. Let's see what the weekend is going to be about. Looks like Saturday maybe just a, looks like a lot of clouds behind that low pressure system. It's probably going to be cold and windy behind the low. Actually, not really. Looks like high pressure builds in on Saturday almost. So it's going to be light winds and cold on Saturday. Then it's going to get a little bit chilly on Sunday morning, obviously, on the back end of the storm. Oh, see, this is what's the next storm. The next storm is going to come on Sunday night into Monday. Okay. This storm looks like it's going to be a pretty heavy impact storm. It looks like it's going to be definitely rain on this storm here. It's trending to be a very wet, rainy storm, this storm Monday. Then after that, high pressure comes in behind the storm. Then we may have another storm on top of us by Wednesday. That's great. So we deal with this storm that's going to be gone by Friday night into Saturday. And then after that, we have a storm Sunday night into Monday and potentially into Wednesday. We have an active pattern on our hand. That storm, oh, that model doesn't go out more than 90 hours. There's high pressure building in for the weekend. But that high pressure, all it does is bring moisture into our region for Sunday night into Monday storm. Oh, this storm is borderline between rain and snow too. Oh, there's plenty enough cold, warm air in this storm. And then the storm should move out before any snow comes in. So this looks like another rainmaker on Sunday night into Monday. Then high pressure builds in again ahead of the next storm, Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday could be a snowstorm there. Oh, yeah, this will be a classic nor'easter. Plenty of cold air with this storm, but that's too far out to, that's way too far out to tell what's going to happen on this storm. But that would be a big nor'easter if we had snow there. Tons of precipitation there. Let's see how much snow would fall from this storm. So let's say about an inch fell, right? Let's say about an inch fell during that snowstorm, right? And temperatures are going to be in the mid-20s, so that could probably mean about 15 inches of snow. That would be pretty bad. Yeah, it starts to snow Wednesday night into Thursday. The Canadian says it's going to be a tad bit too warm for central and eastern Mass, but for the most part, yeah, we have to iron that out. We could have a big storm coming on Wednesday into Thursday, but Monday's storm looks like it's going to be clearly a rainmaker for South New England, but northern New England is going to be another snowmaker. So, I've been live for a half an hour. I think I covered all the ideas on my 7-day forecast here, so... Hey, how you doing, Craig? I know, I want to start having a nice conversation here. It's nice to know that I had 5 views and there's about 2 or 3 viewers watching right now. So what I was saying, Craig, is that the storm Thursday night into Friday is going to be a mess either way. Even if it's like 6 inches of snow or sleet, or is it going to be freezing rain that's just going to make it an ice storm? Either way, it's going to really be a terrible storm. And we're going to have to wait until at least tomorrow afternoon into the evening to see how the thermal profiles are going to take place, to see how the storm is going to play out. But for the most part, just expect the worst out of this storm. I think for Worcester County, I think maybe 2 to 4 inches of sleet and snow for the southern part of the county, but northern Worcester County, say somewhere between 3 to 6 inches of snow for northern Worcester County. But most of my viewers live right next to me, so expect 2 to 4 inches of sleet and snow during the whole entire duration. And then after that, we got a break Friday, break. Hey, what up, Jacob? I'm glad you can join in tonight. I was just telling Craig that I think Friday morning there will be a lot of call-outs at work because it's going to be either a ice mess in the morning or sleet or wet snow falling down. So it's not going to be a fun day for travel Friday morning, especially when temperatures start to dip below freezing at about a mile above, and then it's going to produce a lot of snow. Yeah, I have the day off Friday, so it can snow all at once, really. I'm not going to be moving Friday. I might go live and maybe I can do a Facebook live chat. Maybe you guys can send me pictures of what's out there during the day doing a Facebook live feed. If you have any pictures of the storm, just shoot them to my Facebook page and maybe you can have a little archive going then. Whew. So, want me to recap since we have 5 people watching right now? So, my thinking is that the precipitation is going to start. Let's actually go back in time right now. What model do I want to look at? I want to look at this model. So most of the day Thursday is going to be dry, and it's going to be some sunshine in the morning, then it quickly becoming cloudy. The precipitation is not going to really start until 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The heaviest precipitation is going to fall somewhere around this time frame between, let's say, the heaviest is somewhere around 8, 9, 10 o'clock where we have this really heavy banding of rain. But once this low moves off to the east, most of the heaviest precipitation is going to be gone. Then it's just going to be light and scattered precipitation the rest of the day, Friday. Though there's going to be heavy bands coming off the Great Lakes here, so we may have some steady snow in the afternoon into the evening. So that's how it's going to pan out. So let's expect rain starting around like 3, 4, but not really getting too heavy until the evening time, around 8, 9 o'clock. But I do want to note that if we get very heavy precipitation in this type of environment, it's going to bring down the cold air from the upper levels and it's going to produce heavy snow. So even if it's like, let's say, freezing rain and sleet, and then you get a heavy burst of rain, it could bring down that cold air, and it's going to cause heavy wet snow to come down from the cold air. So you just have to wait this out here. Then after that, the storm is pretty much gone by sometime, let's say, even 9, 10 o'clock, some snow showers could be still around our region. But mainly, most of the precipitation is probably going to be gone by 2, 3 o'clock. Was scattered throughout the late afternoon into the evening. But it looks like it's gonna all wind down by like 5, 6 o'clock. Yeah, my live stream I did Wednesday, I was thinking it's gonna be a widespread 4 to 6 inches of snow. Now it's backing it off a little bit. On your Saturday, I would expect just blended sun and clouds, just cold under high pressure on Saturday. Sunday is going to be a pretty decent day. I think Sunday is supposed to be... It's going to be a nice day Sunday, but Sunday night into Monday we have another storm system coming in, and it looks like it's going to be a heavy rainmaker on this one. I think this storm has too much warm air coming from the south there. Monday's going to be a windy and rainy storm. Yep, the storm is way too close over here. It's going to be bringing all this warm air on top of us. But I will be back before the storm happens, but it looks like it's trending to be a warm storm. And then we have a storm that we have to worry about for Thursday. Yeah, I gotta go to bed soon too. I didn't take a nap, and eventually I'm gonna need it to go to work tomorrow. Thanks for joining in, Craig. That's nice. I want to start building a little population on my YouTube channel. So thank you for the views, everyone. I really enjoyed this little conversation we had tonight. So, I think I covered all my points. Do you have any questions before I guess I should go to bed? I'm pretty sure the next storm is Sunday night into Monday. Oh, I'm gonna need it. See, I don't like this. Oh, yeah, this model's... I don't really like this model here. But this model is also saying it's going to be a mainly rain event. Then it's gone, but I don't really like to use that model. I really like to use the GFS in the Euro. Then we have a break Tuesday, Wednesday, then actually no, it's really only Tuesday we have a break, and then Wednesday we have to watch out for this storm here. Wow, a lot of action that we gotta work out in the next several days. Whew. So, any last questions? Any questions, feedback that I could take here? You think I discussed things briefly enough? Did I have enough detail? Did I talk too much? Things like that. I think I nailed down the points. I talked about the things that I think I needed critically to talk about. Was the music too loud? Was my, voice loud enough to overcompensate the music? You know, those type of things. Ah, yes. Come in. I don't know how my mic picks that up from downstairs. My mic must be really good. Alright, I've been live for almost 40 minutes, so thank you for joining my live stream tonight. That was actually kind of fun. So, I probably should be back tomorrow afternoon into the evening just to nail down this current storm. I'm probably going to only be live tomorrow to nail down the current storm and maybe talk about the weekend, but I think I should wait until we get closer to Sunday, Monday to forecast the next storm, because there's no sense me going back in time. No sense forecasting the storm until we get the details right. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be a rainy, windy storm here on Monday. Yeah, this definitely storm is going to be warm. Yeah, because the upper level flow is warm. There we go. Yeah, because this is going to dig into the gulf and pick up the warm air. Yes, that's right. Peace out, and I catch you maybe tomorrow, if not Friday.